Greetings. I decided to change out my Arlo cameras today to replace them. Not because the cameras failed in any way, but because Arlo changed the rules and now some of the cameras just don't work anymore. Let me tell you why this is. Okay, let me walk through what happened. Basically, I had an Arlo camera disappear from the Arlo app/web dashboard. Not that the camera stopped working, it just disappeared from the dashboard. And interestingly, when I tried to, I did the troubleshooting stuff. I put in a new battery, resynced the camera, all that kind of stuff. Checked my internet connection, and then the app and the dashboard told me I had too many cameras and needed to buy a subscription, which was interesting because I already had paid for a Plus subscription. I paid the $18 a month for the unlimited camera option. And I thought unlimited cameras meant just that, unlimited cameras, but apparently I was wrong. What gives there? So also while I was traveling a little while ago, another camera died due to a battery going out. Well, it didn't go out, it just got low battery, the camera shut down, and when I tried to bring it back on board, the web page dashboard wouldn't even recognize it. The app recognized it, said it was set up, ready to go, and then when I went to the actual devices or any of the feeds, it wasn't there. It was gone. So, yeah, it happened to a second camera, and this is basically what I went through with this particular problem. So, if you're having a similar problem, please comment. So after the two camera failures, I spent hours troubleshooting. I was online and on the phone. The Arlo support center was really less than helpful. I kept running into the dead-end conversations, incorrect AI guidance, and scripted responses that couldn't or wouldn't fix my problems. They really need to fix their support center. I'll go into that in a little bit, but after 2 days, I finally got to speak to a real person, and they told me my equipment was classified as legacy and no longer supported, even though it was perfectly functional. So I had cameras that worked perfectly, but only as long as the subscription service stayed available. I had paid for a year, I still had 6 months left, and Arlo essentially withdrew support for my cameras, making the hardware effectively unusable. Of course, their solution was for me to buy newer, more expensive gear, and to add insult to injury, no real fix was proposed, and no refund for services I already paid for was offered. So, yeah. Part of my decision to leave Arlo, their customer support, terrible, terrible, terrible. So I really do need to mention here that my setup is a little unusual, not quite your normal, so let me briefly explain what's going on. I'm currently in the Philippines. I spend time here, I spend time back in the States, but when I'm in the Philippines, I live in a cement house, which is terrible for Wi-Fi. So the Arlo system I had worked flawlessly until the recent incident. On an earlier trip to the Philippines, I brought my Arlo equipment with me, and it was running smoothly for years, and I mean years. I think almost 10 years now. The system worked flawlessly until this recent incident, and to be clear, I did have a couple of issues that weren't really Arlo's fault. For example, I added a second hub because homemade out of cement, bad for Wi-Fi. To get decent signal to all the cameras, I had to put a hub on the second floor as well as one on the first floor. Well, I guess that's the base station, not a hub. But anyway, this wasn't Arlo's fault. It was the house construction, and I fixed it, like I say, by adding a second base station. I also have a Rover setup, which is another camera, which is older and still uses coax. And I was actually thinking about replacing this with Arlo cameras. But it's a low priority now, and with the problems I'm having with Arlo, I really don't think I'm going that way. We'll see. Oh, I was going to tell you what I think should have happened. What should have happened is The script kiddies should have immediately realized I was off their script and referred me to a technician or an engineer or somebody who knew what they were doing. Yeah, I know those people are expensive, but you need to hire a few of them. And their response should have been, your cameras are no longer supported by subscription. We'll fix it and turn your subscription back on so it supports those cameras, but be advised the next time you get a subscription, you will need to get newer cameras for it to work. That should have been their response. Fix it for those 6 months, and then after that, let me know that I needed new cameras. But no, they just turned things off and were totally uncooperative. What can I say? So unless somebody thinks I'm being a negative Nilly, let me say I actually like the Arlo hardware, and I'm not blaming the Arlo cameras for the failing mechanically, because they didn't. I've had cameras last for years. 8 years, I think, is my oldest camera. The few I lost were from real-world damage. For example, the camera in the greenhouse got knocked around quite a bit during renovation, and I'm not surprised it stopped working. But again, not Arlo's fault, not the equipment's fault. It was abused a bit. So the equipment itself is fine. My problem is what happened afterward when Arlo changed the policies and rules. But yeah, I actually like the Arlo hardware. I think it's good. So here's the core issue as I experienced it. My Arlo Pro and Arlo Pro 2 cameras don't have meaningful internal storage, and there's no reliable local option like a micro SD card slot on the camera. Technically, you can connect a USB drive to the VMB 4000 base station, which I think is obsolete also. Not sure, I'll have to check, but the base station only records videos when the cameras are recognized by the Arlo system, so it's dependent on the Arlo system. So unrecognized cameras won't record to USB. That's also not an option. The problem is not that my internet does not work, rather Arlo changed their policies. They stopped supporting older legacy equipment, while my VMB 4000 base station recognizes the cameras locally. The camera is never recognized in the Arlo app or web page. So even though my subscription was paid and the cameras could be paired again, Arlo services still wouldn't treat the legacy devices as available, usable in my account. In practice, connectivity problems are managed when the camera remains supported, but when the support is withdrawn, reconnecting doesn't restore functionality. The camera is essentially a paperweight at that point, with no reliable way to get them back into the system and regain access to already shot footage. For anyone experiencing problems with older Arlo equipment, please refer to their end-of-life page, which I finally found after looking around. They didn't tell me where it was. I had to look for it at the address below. Okay? So basically, this is going to be my response. Replace Arlo. But I'm not switching blindly. I'm setting requirements for what I need next for my replacement cameras. When I got Arlo stuff, there was not a lot of choice back then, and I stayed with it because I liked the gear. Anyway, my requirements: local storage options not reliant on off-site services. This could be micro SD card, USB, a hub with a hard drive in it, anything like that. Remote access via web or app, even behind CGNAT. My carrier does have CGNAT, which means I have no public IP address. I want one unified system for all my cameras. Right now I have two. I have my Arlo system and my Rover system. I want to get them all on the same camera. The system needs to support standard access protocols so I can keep using the footage and control the cameras even if the vendor changes directions, like Arlo did. They should have a good lineup of camera types at reasonable prices. Reliable performance and warranty support locally. Here in the Philippines, that means Arlo is definitely out there. They don't really have any support here. And whatever I pick next, I need an exit path where I can switch systems without losing recorded footage. So yeah, those are the basic requirements I'm laying out for my next system. So yes, I do have a plan. I'm going to start with my two Arlo cameras that are essentially unusable now. I'm going to shuffle around my existing Arlo cameras to fill in the missing camera spots. the missing coverage areas. And then I'm going to pick 2 indoor locations. Thinking I'm going to use the living room and the family room where power is available. That's going to keep things simple, and it avoids adding another failure mode right now, which, especially since the local storage limitation is the core issue for me beyond just the subscription. Like I said, I'm repositioning the Arlo cameras, and then I'm going to set up and test a couple of cameras. I'm still researching which ones I'm going to use, but I will put them again in the family room and in the living room. I'll be testing them with they get reliable local recordings and with Weber application viewing behind the CGNAT. I'm pretty sure that's all going to go well, but we'll see what happens. I want to test it before getting fully invested. And if everything works correctly, then I plan to systematically replace all my Arlo equipment over the next 6 months, after which my Arlo subscription expires. For now, the functioning cameras can still rely on their cloud storage, well, at least until they fail or to reconnect, but we'll cross that bridge when I come to it. If this works out, I'll replace all my external rover cameras next. I'll be honest, the install is a bit more complex than the old Arlo Pro and Pro 2 magnetic mounts. So one screw, mount them on the wall. You can take them down, they're like they're magnetically held in place, but let me give you an example. One of the cameras I'm currently looking at is the TP-Link Tapo C230, and yes, I know it has a few issues, but it needs to be installed vertically, not horizontally, so it needs a wall mount bracket, which is extra, instead of relying on the mounts that come with it. I'll run power using some adhesive raceway to keep the wiring clean. It's basically the same color as the wall, and depending on how tight the cable stretches, I may need to add a short extension cord, power cord, not a extension cord, but an extension to the power cord. Roughly the cost per camera, including all the extras, is going to be about $35 US. The closest Arlo replacement is the Arlo Essential Pan and Tilt camera. It weighs in at about $60 US, and that's not including wall brackets, raceways, or power cord extensions, and it would keep me stuck behind the Arlo's paywall. Okay, so that's the plan. That's what I'm planning on doing about it. The next step is going to be to acquire and install some non-Arlo cameras in the 2 locations where the Arlo cameras went out, not because they failed, but because Arlo changed the rules. Run them through a test period and see how they do. After that, I'll look at working through my other Arlo cameras, replacing them over a 6-month period when my supposed subscription will expire. Once I get these cameras, I'll want to shoot a future video of the installation, so that should probably be in a week or 2, but production times, it'll probably take like 3 weeks to hit the YouTube channels, but I will go through installing and setting up these new cameras and seeing how they worked and the testing I did. So until then, please like, subscribe, comment, and especially comment if you've had problems with Arlo, also this sort of problem. Let me know about it, okay? Nothing like shared misery, I guess. Anyways, we'll catch you all later.